Indian Jesus here. Do we got one more call?
Hello, hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's going on?
I can't stay for long, but I'll take your call. What's up, Indian Jesus?
Not much. You had a good debate with quote unquote what was it, Dr. Kent the other day.
Kent
I was
Hovind?
thinking about covering that, but
Oh, can you turn off your music for me?
oh, my bad. Yeah.
No, you're good. Appreciate it. I just don't want to get content ID'd.
It's StreamYard info, but yeah, I got you. So good job with that. I have too many Christians in my audience. They wouldn't buy what you were saying.
They would not buy what I was saying, just like the empirical facts.
Yep. They would be like,
wait a second. Christianity and evolution, they're not like really butting heads necessarily.
I agree.
They shouldn't.
I agree. But the Christians can be Christian. But there are some things that I do tend to agree with them about. And since this is titled, what did you say? For a gay woke progressive, I was actually just talking to somebody in my own community who is trans and said that them being trans makes them more of who they really are. And they didn't really want to get into that. And so I'm wondering if you would be willing to get into that.
Sure.
So how I don't understand how it could be that you are born a certain way, whatever way that might be, and then changing that is more in line with who that person is.
In line with how that person is. Okay. Let me ask you this. Do you feel like a man?
I have no idea. I feel like me. I don't have anything to compare it to. So, I mean, I guess so, yeah.
Do you work out?
Nope. Well, technically, donate, guys. If we hit the goal, then I do push-ups. But other than that, no.
So you don't like to, make yourself look better?
I mean, you're making me feel bad, man. Yeah, I should be working out more, but that is not something that I spend.
Why should you be working out more?
Because I'm straight and I'm short, and so if I want a woman, then being short, you're gonna have to have a little meat on the bones.
Would feeling taller make you feel more like yourself?
No.
Really? So then why would you want to be taller?
I do want to be taller.
Why would you want to be taller?
Because then women would be more amenable to me. I don't see any personal value.
So having women would make you feel better about yourself?
Well, yeah, I'm a straight man. I want a wife and a family. And right now I don't have that. And I mean, it's not solely because I'm short, but I mean,
okay.
Let's not pretend that doesn't matter.
So that's kind of the way that, not exactly, but it's kind of the way how trans women feel.
Okay.
Being that way would make them feel better about themselves. They have an internal feeling that drives them to be that way.
Well, and I understand that part. The disconnect comes from trying to establish that as being yourself. I don't understand how that could be yourself if it's not yourself. In the same way that if I was taller, I would prefer to be taller for many reasons, but that's not who I am.
I'll provide you something that hopefully will help you. Hang tight. Just give me a second. I have to pull it up. Now, I've brought this up on other... let me open this in Chrome. Come on, Chrome. Open with Chrome. Okay. Sorry, just give me a quick second while I pull it up.
You good.
Okay. So I'm going to read you a quick excerpt, and you just tell me what you think of it, of what I had just read. There are mechanisms of sexual differentiation. A major consequence of being genetically male versus female is differentiation of the gonads and as testes versus ovaries. Both XY and XX fetuses begin life with the same primordial gonads. However, at about week 6 of gestation, the testes determining genes on the Y chromosome cause these primordial gonads to differentiate as testes. If they do not become testes, they differentiate shortly thereafter as ovaries. Differentiation of the gonads into testes versus ovaries results in markedly different hormonal environments during development. Fetuses of both sexes are exposed to both androgens and estrogens from their gonads as well as other sources, such as the adrenal gland, the placenta, and the maternal system. However, there are dramatic differences in the amount of various hormones produced by the testes versus the ovaries, and these differences direct most subsequent events of sexual differentiation. Once gonads is differentiated as testes, they begin to produce hormones, notably testosterone and other androgens. Testosterone levels are higher in human male than in female fetuses, beginning as early as week 8 of gestation and peaking at about week 16. By about week of 24, testosterone levels have declined in developing males, and there is no longer a large sex difference. However, shortly after birth, the testes produce a second surge of testosterone, measurable in blood samples until about the 3rd to 6th month of postnatal life. In contrast, in the female fetus, the ovaries appear to produce relatively small amounts of hormones, particularly in comparison to the production of estrogen and progesterone by the placenta. As a result, there are no appreciable sex differences in circulating levels of estrogen or progesterone prenatally, although there appears to be a surge in ovarian estrogen in females shortly after birth for the first roughly 6 months of postnatal life. Now get this, right? Did you know that it turns out that there are babies that secondary surge of testosterone actually causes the brain to shape into a more male typical brain? I'm not saying there are male brains or female brains, but there are male typical brains and female typical brains. So, if there was, for example, the first surge of testosterone, but the lack thereof, then what would happen is they would have male gonads, but a female brain or female typical brain.
Okay.
Do you see how like I can examine a particular mechanistic reality here?
Sure. But it feels
you're
just saying if this thing goes like this, then it's like this, and if it goes like that, it's like that.
I'm saying it can happen. So you said that they have an internal feeling that drives them to be that way. I'm giving you a mechanistic outcome where that does happen. This is a literal mechanistic outcome. I'm not saying all trans people are like this. There's social implications. There's additional hormonal implications as well, but this is one of them. So you can see right here, you're asking whether or not why somebody would be driven with an internal feeling. This is one of them.
That's not at all what I'm asking. That's not at all what I'm asking.
I wrote down what you said. Okay, you said specifically they have an internal feeling that drives them to be that way. You are asking why they have that. I gave you the reason why.
No, I completely understand.
Literally wrote down what you said.
Okay, maybe misinterpreted or mistyped.
Right, well, then repeat.
What I'm asking is the concept of changing oneself is more like the self than the unchanged self. I completely understand that there's a notion in public society that the modern society where you could feel like a woman or feel like a man even though you're not. I don't even subscribe to that, but fine. People do feel that way, and I know people personally who have gone down that road, and they seem to be happier. Totally cool. I'm not trying to say that people shouldn't be happy. What I'm trying to address is the specific point that you are saying you are more like yourself by changing yourself.
So if the internal brain is different than the external gonads, then it answers your question.
Can you elaborate a little more?
If you have gonads, you have testosterone surging, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Typically. But if you did not receive that secondary set of hormones, it results in the brain developing into a female typical brain.
Okay.
But you are yet receiving testosterone throughout your life and especially through puberty. This causes somebody to feel like that they're in the wrong body. So they feel like they're more like their self by changing themselves.
I don't want to get too pedantic, but I don't even really understand how you could feel that way. I understand.
I just explained it.
No. I understand.
I gave you a mechanistic outcome of that.
Okay. I read it. I heard it. I watched it. I saw all of that. I'm not confused about that part. I'm confused about how that part comports to reality. I understand people have delusions all the time. I'm not.
Are hormones reality?
Sure. But
okay, this is an example of a hormone difference that is atypical of sex characteristics.
Feeling. That doesn't change the biological distinction. And so again, that goes back to my...
there's the external gonads, which may or may not even be distinct. And it doesn't necessarily map on to exactly what's going on in the brain or hormonally or from a social aspect.
I'm not asking you how trans works, bro.
Yeah, you're saying, you're asking,
my question is,
you said you're confused of how that comports to reality. I'm giving you instances of very real reality that is different from the typical black-white binary distribution, and instead including a more bimodal distribution. Do you understand what I mean by bimodal?
Yes, but I still don't like bimodal is still binary in
bimodal is bimodal. It is not exactly binary.
There's an overlap of how many categories in a bimodal
yes
structure. What's that?
Yes. So what's your problem?
No. I was asking.
You seem to understand perfectly how somebody could feel that way. So what's your issue?
Right. That's my point. So you're not listening. You and I both get that I understand why they feel
Stop.
Ooh.
If you could observe my stream, you will notice I am writing down everything that you have said, Indian Jesus. All right, I have to mute you. Indian Jesus, do not bring in meta. I am writing down what you say. I write down what people are saying because people commonly do this. What they do is they say that they did not say a thing that they 1000% said. I wrote down exactly what you said right here. You said it yourself. I don't understand how you can feel that way. However, when I've addressed the mechanistic outcomes, you say you understand. If you understand, that means you understand how someone could feel that way. Do not say to me that you did not say that, because you did say that. I wrote down what you said as you said it. So no, don't gaslight the situation. You cannot gaslight the situation. All right, now I'm going to let you talk. Go ahead.
Okay, so yes, I said that at the beginning, and then you went into the specific example, and then
You didn't say that at the beginning. You said that right towards the end. I have it here at the end.
Okay, do you want to understand what I'm saying, or do you want to win? That was an either or. Do you want to win, or do you want to understand?
I said, yes, I want to understand. Go.
So I understand the reason that people think that being different makes them more like themselves. I understand everything that you just read out to me. So that is not in question. So since you've written down everything that I said, do you know what is my question?
You asked multiple questions.
Okay, so what's the last one that I specifically asked?
Do you understand?
Oh, we're playing this game. Okay, so the specific question was, how can it be, not how do you feel? I understand that you feel that changing yourself makes you more like yourself. I'm asking in actuality, how changing oneself makes you more like oneself. If I am a table and I change myself into a chair, how does that make me more of a table? Do you understand now that I'm not asking why?
Yeah, and I've already addressed this.
I'm asking why, when people feel this way, we accept it as reality. Those are two entirely different.
Yeah, I understand that. How can it be? I gave you the mechanistic outcomes of how can it be.
Okay, again, not how can it be that it.
So again, I'm going to show you here. Here's the circulating levels of testosterone in the human fetus and the neonate. Male, the solid line, having higher levels of testosterone than females in the dashed line, particularly from about weeks 8 to 24 of gestation to weeks 2 to 26 of postnatal life. You can observe right here in this secondary set that there do exist in separate studies where there is the lack thereof of this second bump of testosterone, which results into a female typical brain.
I listened.
Okay, so then why are you asking me how can it be when I've already explained how it do be do?
I've clarified my what I'm asking you. I've clarified that.
Do you know what a sea lion is?
The first iteration.
Do you know what a sea lion is?
I apologize. I was too broad. I apologize. I'll take that L. I was.
Do you know what sea lioning is?
I have since clarified specifically what I'm asking.
Do you know what sea lioning is?
I was talking to earlier today that I asked this question.
Do you know what sea lioning is?
I can't hear you when you're talking over me because.
Do you know what sea lioning is?
Do I know what is?
Sea lioning. Do you know what it is?
No.
All right, I'll help you out because you're doing it right now. Hold on.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Do you have my live up, by the way? Because you can just see the live as opposed to like being 12 seconds behind. Yeah. Okay. So here, it says here, this is a Wonder Mark comic. I do not mind most marine mammals, but sea lions, I could do without sea lions. Don't say that out loud. Pardon me, but I couldn't help but overhear. Now you've done it. I would like to have a civil conversation about your statement. Would you mind showing me evidence of any negative thing a sea lion has ever done to you? Go away. There is no need to raise your voice. I'm right here. I'm curious if you have any sources to back up your opinion. You're in my house. You made a statement in the public for all to hear. Are you unable to defend the statements you make? Or are you simply unwilling to have a reasoned discussion? Told you, dude. Sea lions. I've been unfailingly polite, and you two have been nothing but rude. I am trying to eat breakfast. Very well. We shall resume in an hour. So once again, I have already addressed exactly what your concern was. I showed you a direct causal mechanism to how it can be. So again, can you stop sea lioning and address the position?
With your show.
Can you sea lion and can you stop sea lioning and actually address the position?
Okay, what is it that you would like me to address, Mr. First Amender?
All right. I've already told you how it can be.
Yes, and I agree with all of that. What else would you
how it can be. What is your claim?
I'm not making a claim, motherfucker. I'm asking a question.
Yeah, and I answered it. Now what?
No, it's fine. So you gave
You agreed that I answered it just like 2 seconds ago. Are you okay?
All right, yes. Can we bring it down? Can we bring it down? Because this is
yes, we can bring it down. Now, please, what is your claim?
Okay, I did not make a claim. So what I said earlier was I don't understand how you could think that. And you gave me the scientific basis on why somebody would think that. And so then I clarified, okay, yes, I understand why somebody would think that. What I actually meant was that I don't understand how you could, number one, feel that way and also think that you are being accurate to reality. And so the idea there is based on yourself changes more like yourself.
I've already addressed this as well.
Okay, maybe I'm stupid then. Put it in
hormones.
dumber terms.
I've already told you. Hormones are real. You agreed that hormones are real. Hormones and the lack thereof can result in changes in body morphologies, including in the brain. This passes the blood-brain barrier. This is observational. So again, you can feel that way and also be accurate to reality. Sex and gender is bimodal.
Holy shit, bro.
Are you okay?
Oh my god, buddy, you need to chill down, dude. You're gonna pop a vein or something.
All I am doing is answering your questions, and you are freaking out for no reason.
You're saying a lot of things that are not addressing what I'm trying to say.
I wrote down what you said. I know what you said.
Fine. It's my fault that you're not addressing what I'm saying, but you're not addressing what I'm saying. So allow me when you start talking
about it's your fault.
Not what
How
I
can
mean.
it be his fault?
So what is your claim?
You
You said you didn't make a claim.
Yeah,
So then why are you talking?
Why are you asking me for a claim?
You
when
have
I
no
haven't-
claims. You have no arguments. Got it.
Right. I have a question for you to answer.
All right. What's the
And
question?
fine.
I've already
So
answered all of your questions.
I phrased that in a way that was not as clear. So then I tried to clarify. And
Yes,
you
and
went
I've already explained it. Hormones are real. You agree that hormones are real, and it is in fact accurate to reality.
Yes.
So the proponent that it is not
Great.
accurate to reality is incorrect. I've explained it.
Exactly. So what I am saying is that whatever level of hormones you have and however that makes you feel is not directly connected to your biology, your bimodal biology, correct?
Wrong.
How is that wrong?
Your bimodal biology often results in hormones in a specific way versus another.
I didn't say results in. I said dictates. It
Um,
doesn't dictate.
So this comes
where-
into the question of like what causes what. There's like the XY chromosomes that could cause the hormones, or it could be the hormones causing the XY. We don't actually know that.
Okay, fine. Let's
Yeah, I
simplify.
mean, the reality is most likely that
level
all
of
these things are
hormones
like
you have.
interrelated. I'm still
Who is
talking,
this?
dude. Just
Who is
chill
this?
down a bit, buddy. Can you hear me? Is my mic working, Amender?
Yeah, your mic is working. He's just being
Yeah, I
ridiculous.
don't know why this guy is like talking.
Who
when
the
I was
fuck are
talking.
you?
That's Daniel
Yeah,
Hume.
it's
He's my
me.
co-host.
It's Daniel here. I'm the
Okay,
co-host.
hi, welcome. I didn't know you were alive. I'm in the middle of
Yeah,
a
but I was literally fucking talking. Can you not hear me? Oh my god, dude! It's like
I've already
you have some issues.
addressed all his questions. I don't know
didn't
what
know
else
there
he
was
wants.
anybody else here, motherfucker. Oh my god.
You don't know how to use Discord. You can't see there's like 3
I'm
people in this
I'm
Discord
used
channel.
to. I'm not. I opened Discord.
You're not used to. Oh,
All right,
man,
go ahead and
sorry.
make your.
There's
Hold
4
on,
people
hold on.
now.
So go ahead and
wanted
make
to
your.
come on
What
your
is your?
show.
So what?
I'm
Do you
doing
have any
show
other
for
questions? We've already addressed all of your questions. Do you have any others?
You're just you win and I'm done. Is that what we're doing then?
I'm
No,
asking.
I
I'm
wanted
not.
to
I'm
ask
not
you. I wanted
asking
to ask
any
you.
meta.
Let me
I'm
ask you
asking
one thing.
specifically. I'm not asking
How much
any
do you
meta.
know
I'm
about
asking. Give me a
biology,
question that we have
in
not
general?
answered
Your
already.
co-host is talking over you. I can't hear what you're saying.
I am asking. Give
sorry.
me a question that has not been answered already.
Okay. Maybe it has been answered already, but maybe I'm too stupid. So maybe if you could simplify this for me. I'm not trying to big up anybody. I am here in genuine good faith. It does not make sense to me that regardless of how you feel, I can understand that you could be born male and you can have certain hormone levels that make you feel like you would be more aligned with a female.
Yeah. Well,
Can we stop
regardless,
it? Okay.
so would you feel
Hold on,
that?
wait, that's not. I'm just trying to stay on the same point so I can finish my question so that we're on the same page. We're together there, right? That we both agree that some people could be born male and have certain hormones that they believe they would be better as a woman. Just point one, yes or no. We're on the same page, right?
That would be up to that person to decide.
Right. So somebody could do that. Okay. And so my question comes in to the idea that whatever level of hormones that person has, regardless of how they feel, they are male or female unless they fall into the intersex, which is a different category. But if they fall into the male or female category, regardless of how they feel, you cannot tell me that you are more of yourself if yourself is a male and you change yourself to be a woman.
Well, because
I get it now. He doesn't
you're not
understand the
you're
difference
not
between sex and
understanding the
gender.
difference between sex and gender.
Wait. I don't understand that. Sorry, you can absolutely say whatever you want.
So the sex never changes, the gender changes. Gender
But
changes.
I mean, did you? Blair White was just debating somebody who said a male who's saying no.
Yeah. Blair White is like a substantial anti-trans bigot, right? They don't.
Okay, great.
That's not a person that I would address.
Let me
I would
finish the
address
sentence.
people that are academic. Stop
Oops,
talking. I've listened to what you've said.
It wasn't about
I've
Blair
listened
White,
to what
though.
you said.
What did I
I've
say
listened
then?
to what you said.
Go
Have
ahead and
you
tell me what I
read?
said.
You said the idea or whatever, however that person has,
what did I
they
say
are
about
male
the
or
Blair
female.
White?
They could
What did I
fall
say
into
about the Blair
intersex.
White
They
thing?
fall into
What did I
male or
say about
female
the Blair White
category.
thing,
They
bro?
cannot be more of yourself. Gender changes, not sex. Do you understand?
Right. What did I say about Blair White when you cut me off?
Yeah, I cut you off on Blair White because that's not a good
right?
good source.
I'm not using her as a source. That's why you need to listen to
Make
the end
your
of the
point.
sentence. That's why you need to listen to the end of the sentence, sweetie. because I'm not
Yeah.
using Blair White as a source. I'm
So let me
using
ask you this, right?
Okay,
Since you're
just a
stuck in,
second,
hold on.
Amanda, just a
I just
second.
want to be
Amanda,
clear.
let-
Hold
let
on.
me-
No,
let
wait,
me,
wait,
please,
wait,
please,
Daniel,
please, please.
Daniel.
Because I muted him.
Daniel, wait, no,
Yeah, he's being
unmute him.
such a
Unmute
fucking
him.
asshole.
Unmute him. Hold on. I want to unmute him. He called me
Blair White.
sweetie. I like that. Hold on. Hey. I just want to be clear here, right? Is it fair to say, despite how you feel, biological reality is going to stand in the way of how you feel, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you said earlier that you would get more women if you were taller.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, you will not get women because the biological reality is that you're short.
I mean, I'm not gonna get no women. I'm just not gonna get as many.
Well, no, you're not going to get women because the biological reality is that you're short. That's your argument.
That is absolutely not my argument.
It is your argument because it's the biological reality. You're short,
Scroll
and
up
so
on your
you're not
thing.
going to get any women.
Show the world where I said that. Scroll up on your notepad. Go ahead. Show me where I said that I will get no pussy because I'm short. Go ahead.
Well, it's most likely you're not going to get
No,
any
I'm
pussy
saying
because
it
you're not
naturally
an agreeable
entails.
person.
It
It
naturally
doesn't,
entails on the basis
though!
of your argument. Biological reality
right.
prevents you from having women. Have a good
Okay,
day, Indian.
Do
I
you want me to
appreciate your
finish the
call.
sentence that you cut me off or no? Do you actually want to have a conversation or are you just trying to be cool?
I have to end the show.
Yeah,
We're
of course.
30 minutes past.
All right, dude. All right, dude.
If you could.
He server
but I do have
muted
to
me.
I'm so sorry.
Ah!
Thank you very much. Oh, that was fucking
pussy because you're a baby. If you're a baby, like women are just gonna look at you.
Anyway, just FYI, for those who are listening, just FYI, I don't believe just because you're short, you can't get women. I think that you could easily get women despite the fact if you're short. And there's nothing saying that, oh, you're short, therefore no women. No, I think if you're a good person and you've got charisma, I think, and honestly, best advice, here's the best advice. You want to get a girl, no problem. Here's what you do. Reciprocate. Seriously, like just
in the
talk to
Discord,
them and be
in the
genuinely
Discord,
interested
proof
in what
that
they
they are
have to say,
straw
and
manning.
then match that
Proof
back
that
with the
they're
same
straw
energy.
manning
And
because
then
I
boom,
am server
boom, it's
muted
like
right now.
fucking magic. It
I am
turns out
server
that's how you
muted
talk to people.
while
Wow,
I'm
holy
still
crap,
in
really
the
hot
room
take. Anyway,
and they're
I
not letting me
appreciate you
talk.
calling in, Dean, and thank you. We're gonna end the show. What you got to say, 50?
Just really quick, I just feel like there's a misunderstanding. It sounds like Blair White had a trans person on the show, and this trans person just happens to be wrong. Like, is that correct? The trans person is one of those trans people that happens to claim that they can change their sex, and it's like I feel like he was just trying to get through that point. Sorry, that was driving me crazy.
Got it. Appreciate it. All right. We're good. Thank you. We'll have conversations.
Really?
For sure. Thank you, Andy and Jesus, for joining.
Fucking
Have a great rest of your night, y'all. We got more of these. I've got
shit. Did I
on
say
the
that
road
out
for the
loud?
weekend. I'm going to be fighting Jad. So
Who's Jad?
Just talk Jad. Don't you know what Jad is, bro?
I don't know.
Jad is.
So now I got
Jad
now.
doesn't have a
What the
thing,
fuck?
so just saying.
Why is it still? Oh, 'cause
It's
I'm sorry,
this.